lose 2 straight series to him right after that.
Yeah, that's for sure. Hey, look, it ain't Lava and Kenny coming through the locker room for Optic Gaming anymore. You got Brian, you got Solars, big name down here. You got Praised. He's going around. He's getting loud and hype.
Yep. Well,
can't wait.
I can't wait as well. Let's go ahead and jump right to it. Simplicity, 2 members in Clouts and Kyle that have done it before. They'll be going up against the green wall, the brick wall in Optic Gaming. Let's go ahead and kick it over to Pau on the main stage for an interview.
All right, we are here, and we have Simplicity and Optic Gaming here, main stage. Shock, I want to talk to you. You know, you guys have gone through the ringer this weekend. You know, from the analyst decks, you've lost over 50 maps. What's the mentality going into this now? Are you guys mentally prepared to go against Optic and get ready for Championship Sunday?
Yeah, of course. We're always prepared for anything. The last 3-4 weeks for us have been absolutely miserable. We've been getting destroyed by every team, especially the one we just played. Like, if that match was played online, they would have 2-0'd us easily. But it's online, it's obviously like it's a different story because people just don't show up sometimes. But we're looking forward to like bringing the same energy, the same composure, just this overall teamwork and Wolfpacking together, and hopefully we can beat Optic.
Oh, so you think they got what it takes to beat you?
No.
All right, so let's get into the green wall. So obviously your team favorite, you're here in Mexico. You won last year in Mexico City. How's the green wall mentally, physically? You know, I saw you guys trying to catch up over there. There's definitely a streak. There is favoritism. What's the mentality?
Just like any other tournament, you know, just go our hardest and just do us, simply.
So if you would say you have one weakness coming into this, what do you need to work on?
Nothing.
All right, well, I think it's time to get this matchup started. Shake hands.
Not even a single weakness for this Optic Gaming armor that seems to be infallible. Would you agree with that, gentlemen?
I'm going ahead. I waved my Optic banner last night all across the desk. I said they're the best team here. They're way up there. This team, since getting together in New Orleans, they have dominated. It's not been close. It's not been hairs. They have dominated teams. They lost 1 map in New Orleans, and that was to Echo Fox, who was the first team in history to beat them 7 rounds in a row. They beat them 7 rounds in a row, but then they turn around on Reclaimed. Icy doesn't get any kills on Reclaimed forever.
I was there.
Well, it also looks like, and I want to hear Ryan break this down because he was the team to beat him. We have the map pick and bans ready. So let's go ahead and take a look at the map pick and bans to see how the action is going to break down today. Ryan, we have Diner, we have Impact, and we have Harbor. Your thoughts here?
If you had given me, said bet your house on one map they're going to pick first, I knew it would be Diner. Optic has struggled on Diner in the past, right? They even at the Toronto Invitational, I think they actually either lost or was very, very close to losing to the team that I guess is now Buddy Buddy, but the team that was what were they called? The Hesitate's team, Hesitate Crushmo, the team that evolved into Buddy Buddy. Either way, they gave Optic a very, very good run on Diner. We've seen them lose Diner in 2Ks as well, so that makes sense to me.
Yeah, take a look at this map pool. Okay, I'm heavily going for Optic Gaming, but with Optic playing on Diner and Harbor being the last map, this is going to tiebreaker game. Colin, you're looking like you're disagreeing, man.
Oh, no way, no how. I keep hearing people say that Optic Gaming's not good on Diner. Hello, they keep beating people on Diner, and they only struggle on it if you beat them on
Billy has been,
on
I will say,
Diner.
yeah, they have struggled in the past on Diner. I will say at
Good
this
luck.
event,
Good
Billy,
luck. Have fun. Billy the goat
Billy
in the
has
kitchen,
been
gonna be cooking them
terror
up.
on Diner.
That's Billy's kitchen, Chef Billy.
Chef Billy has been chefing up in the kitchen. The question is, in order to make Billy retire his cooking career temporarily for a map, I think I want to see a team maybe put some weapons out towards the outside of the map, maybe force him away from that.
And your gentlemen, thoughts on Impact as map 2 pick? You haven't seen that really happen often, let alone Optic picking Impact.
They've been picking it more and more. They actually avoided it for quite some time. We tried to kind of ace in the hole that map on them in the past. They said they felt comfortable. I actually asked them about that yesterday. They said they felt much more comfortable on that map. They feel they're pretty good at it. And I think if I had to guess, sometimes what teams will do is they'll pick maps that they want to maybe see against a Denial of the World or something like that. They think that it might come up later on. They'll pick them against other opponents and maybe get a little reps in beforehand.
Interesting. Of course, the second ban that they had after Forge Blitz, which is pretty much their auto ban, was Slab. So I think it was you that mentioned earlier, or was it Ribs who said, look, that's a map that Denial should be keeping an eye out for because that's a map that Denial can take on.
Yeah, Diner and Slab seem to be the 2 maps that they, I mean, it's hard to say, Optic struggles on really anything. They, obviously, Forge, they've just been banning for a long time, but Diner and Slab seem to be, if they have any sort of quote-unquote weakness, those are probably 2 of their weaker maps if you ask them. Though, again, like I said, they have looked very strong on Diner on land.
Of course, Diner is going to be the first map of this one. Can Simplicity try and catch Optic, perhaps with their pants down, and taking map number 1 Colin's shaking his head, a firm no.
It's just not going to happen. I'm sorry for all the people at home. Simplicity's got a great roster. They got a lot of great players, but this is a different animal than Rise Nation. This is a completely different beast. This is the green wall.
All right, Colin, how many kills will Chef Billy get in the kitchen?
The last time I saw him in the kitchen, he was 23-1.
Is he making filet mignon? What's he making?
Gordon Ramsay's back there giving him all the orders all night long. It's Hell's Kitchen with Mental right now. He's probably going to drop at least 20, maybe even 30, baby. He don't care who comes in.
Is Gilbert Gordon Ramsay?
Gilbert probably is Gordon Ramsay. He probably is. He probably is. Hey, look, he's going to look at the other team. He's going to say, these are overcooked, they're stale, they're raw. Get them out of my kitchen. Billy is not going to have any prisoners taken in this matchup, but that goes beyond saying this team has only played 8 maps, people. Think about the mathematical statistics behind that. They have dominated this entire tournament. I'm tired of hearing people try to say, let's find the chink in the armor, let's find what the weakness is.
We've been saying that all season long.
There's not one.
We've been saying that since Gears 4 came out. We've been trying, we're gasping for straws, trying to find weaknesses in
What Colin's saying, basically it comes to a point where we're going to stop giving these teams, high fives and good lucks and just saying, prove it to us. All right?
You got to. You got to stop trying to look for it, and you got to find it and do it. And there's only been 2 teams that have ever actually physically done it.
Yeah.
One of them was coached by our own analyst, Ryan, and that was probably one of the best
And you saying that was the other one Ghost Gaming? Because Ghost Gaming didn't beat Optic.
Ghost Gaming never beat him.
No, Ghost Gaming never beat him. But it was the team that knocked him out
0-15.
in the losers bracket, which was Ronin.
Right. What was that again?
I think it was 4 out of 5 of the same rosters.
Yeah, that's a great point. Of course, we've been talking about comparisons with this new Ghost Gaming roster and Optic, how they match up Dezo to Mental, Identives to Explosive. How do you guys think, Ryan, I'll ask you, how do you think the Simplicity roster matches up with Optic?
Not well, but I would probably say that about most teams in this event, right? Optic Gaming, again, we talked about them being a different beast. Like I said, I do want to see Simplicity throw something out there other than the usual. If you just try to play Optic at the traditional 5v5 escalation, if you try to contest Billy, chefing up in the kitchen, it's not going to go well for you. So they need to throw something at them. I keep saying it. You have to throw something at them that they're not used to. You have to put them on your toes. Or sorry, put them on their toes.
Yeah.
If you put them on their toes, they might show a little bit of vulnerability.
Well, Ryan, we're going to the diner. Any quick final thoughts here going to the diner? Colin, take it away.
Colin, we all know how the initial is going to start off in the kitchen with Chef Billy. Who do you think is going to come out on top?
I think Billy's going to throw his smoke. He's going to get to that back table with his favorite position. He's going to get smoked out, though. He's going to have to roll back because he got stunned. He couldn't continue to face the off against Pels. And look at this. 4 members of Simplicity are inside the kitchen. They're trying to find and single out anybody from Optic Gaming they might be able to. Billy's going to get walked up on from behind.
Ooh.
That's a big flank. Kyle gets lost in the smoke, and he comes from behind and gets a kill. So the numbers advantage early on in Optic Gaming's favor, but they're going to fight back. Praise is down. Kyle's going to get taken. He's going to take Praise down, but he's going to be full red. Solar's bouncing around. Here comes Summons with the reinforcements. Let's see what they could do if they could take this B-Hill back into their control. Kyle, good bounce by him. He's going to get taken out by Praise. Big plays early from Optic Gaming on the rotation side.
Simplicity started off well, but once you saw Pels go down in that 2v2, you knew it was lights out. Kyle tried his best, died in the 1v1 with 2 hills under Optic Gaming's control. You see them move up towards his A hill. They're going to go for the domination. So look at that shot, trying to push Praise back just a little bit. He has Klaus in the back to help support him, but push up to the white truck, pushing the shot, backs up. There goes Klaus.
Praise rolls out. They see the smokes come out. They've got the C and B hill. They know that their numbers might not be in their favor out here, outside. They're going to have to make sure they go ahead, rotate back into that kitchen, get their advantages where they can. So here we go. Mental looks, he sees the rotation come in. He sees the 3 of them are in. So he's going to rotate in, get his shotgun out. He's going to be ready for the first person to push in. That will be Shock. He'll roll back out. Mental shows his face, though. So now they know Mental's back there. So he's no longer hiding. There's no longer any secrecy to this plan. They know that he's back there.
Yeah, Simplicity moving around the kitchen, trying to get an angle, but Mental, he's going to see Klaus. He's going to find with his pants down, getting it down and cleaning up the kill. Crash is on the run, but they're trying to outnumber Solars, but not while Mental's here. Solar's dive, Praise goes down. But who's left standing? It's going to be Mental.
So mental, he's gonna win those fights. He's gonna cook it up in the kitchen. He's gonna rotate out. Here comes the mark on Cloud. Cloud is standing still, which is what you never want to do with Lancers out. So now Billy's gonna clean up another one. Domination coming in for Optic Gaming, and they take the first round handedly, ladies and gentlemen. It was 2 minutes and 14 seconds, but after the first set of rotations, they immediately take control, are able to rotate out and get the kills, get the hills, and the domination comes through. No kills for 2 members of Simplicity. When we see that scoreboard again, I will make sure that we point that out, try to figure out what needs to happen. But it looks like Kyle's rotating it around, trying to settle in on what weapon he might want. If they put the drop shot in kitchen, I will absolutely lose it.
Okay, lose it, Colin.
I might take the headset off and just walk off, let Ryan cast the rest of this one. I even have our analyst, Ryan. He's over there. He's throwing his hands up in confusion. He doesn't understand why. All this talk about Billy being so good in the kitchen, and now you put the drop shot back there, you just give him another tool. That's basically giving the man a spatula. Now he can make it even easier.
And the reason why Colin's so upset is because if they're going to continuously lose in the kitchen, you're going to want to spread out that fight in the parking lot. Put a big weapon out there to get outside of the kitchen. Losing the kitchen handedly and then putting a big power weapon there for Mental to grab isn't the smartest thing. So Simplicity, they might have something up their sleeve just a little bit. There's no quick picks. That is happening yet, but Kyle, he's on Optic Gaming side right behind Mental, but Mental is having none of it. Taking out Kyle, picking up the body shield, and Shock is the last man standing right here in the back kitchen area, but he has Pels right across from him. Pels is going to clear the kill on Solars. Crash looking for an opening.
Crash takes that back cover. He gets some easy L triggers around. Praise tries to bounce at him, tries to get a kill, but they're going to miss all these shots back there. Praise picks up one. He doesn't get the second, so it looks like Shock and Crash will somehow come out on top early in this kitchen fight. Someone's still alive back there. Here comes Gilbert. The reinforcements are back off the spawn, so Gilbert's back there now fighting for this drop shot. He's going to go down. They will get control over this drop shot, and I'm telling you, that's a big play by Simplicity. They overloaded. They end up using their numbers the entire time to get the win. Solar's in here now, still trying to be annoying. He's going to get picked off. But you see through the X-Way, ladies and gentlemen. Crash doesn't know that Mental's right there.
No, he got called out by Kyle.
He got called out by Kyle.
All right, and Simplicity still being aggressive, making sure Optic Gaming is on their heels. Make sure that they're playing Simplicity's game with Kyle's. Taking out Praise. BNC Hill currently in Simplicity's favor. A Hill is in their sights. They're going to pick up at least 1 or 2 kills before they move forward, but with the aggression from Optic Gaming, we see Summons chasing Shock before Cloud is able to back him up with some support fire.
Shock throwing that first drop out on Summons. Doesn't get a kill on a player that's already downed. So that's a massive miss. That's horrifying almost. Shock reloads. He loses his active now. He's going to have to wait for that comeback. He's going to go ahead and switch over to the Nasher, rotate all the way to this back kitchen table. Shock playing intelligently, trying to get the positioning in the back side of the kitchen, waiting for anybody to make a push, with 3 members of Optic Gaming have set up on the outside of the truck stop area, moving through the parking lot now. It looks like they're going to try to overload the outside and go for a double home hill split.
This is going to be pointed out, Optic Gaming actually acts fast, because in a minute, another drop shot will spawn. Simplicity, they are the favorites to go ahead and get it, but Optic Gaming now, running in to go to C, Explosive gets down, and Lance Fire is out. Simplicity doing exactly what they did with E United, creating a lane of support fire. Shot and Clouds getting 2 kills apiece, and Simplicity moving forward to finish his last kill in the kitchen. It's going to be Summons. He's not going to be able to get away.
He's not going to be able to get away. The Lancer fire is big, but Summons heads down at him.
Kyle has no help.
Kyle is going to have to get this down, but he doesn't. Summons in the big 1v1 bodies Kyle. When Kyle had all the spacing, all the rotations, he just runs right at him, gets that shot, and that was great work by him. Simplicity holds on. Takes him about 3 minutes to do it. So we do have a round. So now Optic Gaming gets to put down whatever weapon they so wish. They get to try to make a little rotation here. Gilbert, 1 kill, 4 deaths to his name. Don't make him mad. If we see him stand up behind us in anger, it might be all said and done. But right now, we are going to have to see what they answer with in this 3rd round matchup. Much different story from the 1st round. Kills coming out for everybody on Simplicity. They did a much better job of their rotations, trying to get everybody into position.
All right, we're going to see this push in the kitchen area for this drop shot. We're going to have 4 players from Optic Gaming and 4 players from Simplicity. It's going to be a bloodbath as usual. Colin Pell's going to be the first man to run in, but Optic Gaming Summons. He's able to pick up the incendiary grenades. What's he going to do with it? Is he going to be able to bring it back? But he has the 1v1 against Clouds. Explosive with Kyle, in his sights. Kyle currently down. Great support fire from Explosive. He's going to give him that kill, but he's going to find himself flanking a 1v3, and with the drop shot getting him full red, he's going to go back to safety.
He's going to try to get himself out of there without getting down and out. Praise trades out. He gets crashed, but immediately taken off the map by Summons. So here we go. Solars is going to have to make something happen. He knows that all of a sudden Shot gets down, so he pushes up, gets that kill. 3 members of Simplicity are down. It's a 4v2 situation with Crash coming off spawn. So if they can get over here and get a break on the home hill or get pressure on the home hill of Simplicity, they could threaten something. But as soon as Summons got killed, they rotate off. They're going to have to play a little bit of defense right here.
They're going to have to look at numbers. You see Mental all by himself. Praise now coming to his rescue, but you're outnumbering Optic Gaming. So with Solars now making that call out, you see he's tagging people for him. Optic Gaming, they're going to have to utilize their defense to hold him back, because if they hold on to this 2-hill lead, then they're going to go far.
Well, as the points continue to rack up, what you want to see is that Simplicity's going to have to overload one side of the map or the other and get a break, and it looks like they overloaded the outside of the map. Mental coming out here to help his teammate out. He gets one. He gets drop shotted, though, so he can't pick up the other member of Simplicity who's down. Summons also gets drop shotted. That's a big double kill by Pell. Go on, big man. Show him how it's done. Use the drop properly. Explosives rotating around now. He pulls his Lancer out. I think he's going to rotate inside, try to give a little bit of help to Solars. The drop shot comes in, hits him full red, and a great shot by Pell actually gets Gilbert down. So here comes Simplicity. They have an opening right here. They got some of the members of Optic Gaming off respawn.
Shock finding himself in a 1v1. He's going to back up. He sees plenty of, Solar seeing plenty of players from Simplicity running out from the spawn. Full red behind his smoke grenade. He's going to hide behind Mental for a while, but Kyle is coming up on the flank. He's not going to be able to do anything out of our camera momentarily, but he's going to be able to take out Summons.
Solar's got one down in front of him. He gets the meat shield, and he only gets down because of actually picking the meat shield up instead of getting killed. Solar's down yet again. Pell rolling up into 3v1, but here comes the Mr. Krabs play. A little side silly step there from Pell's, getting the first kill, but immediately get taken out. They will get the respawn on the drop. Only Clouds is alive for Simplicity, and you got to push these numbers. The respawns aren't very long, but if you can get the pressure on, you might be able to make them make a mistake. They're forcing Clouds back all the way to the A-Hill side of this map. So from right here, right now, you still have a point lead, you still have the 2-to-1 hill advantage, and you've given Mental the drop shot. I believe everything points in this direction so far to a round win for Optic Gaming.
Optic Gaming now just holding these 2 hills. Explosive, getting an easy kill on Kyle over the cover, and now Pell is coming in for the extra 1v1, but Explosive, he's hungry, Colin. He's going for that second kill. He's able to pick that up and get that A-hill. So now it's going to look like a domination while 3 players are still left alive. Now 2 players still left alive for Simplicity. They're going to go ahead and get that C-Hill, cancel that domination, but it's not going to matter with the score of 192 to 134 and the C-Hill now going away. Simplicity, they're looking to lose another round.
2-1. Optic Gaming wins that 3rd round, 3 minutes and 28 seconds. Right now, I'm Simplicity. The only thing you can really take away from these first couple of rounds in order to try to find some kind of positive in the rounds that you've lost is it taken Optic a long time to get these round wins. You're making them work for every inch, and that's about all you can take away from it outside of the fact that you do have 1 round on them. You're making them work for it. You're making them sweat. Let's see what they place down. Let's see how they try to transition this going forward as you look at the members of Optic Gaming. Cool, calm, and collected, ready to be consistent. 4 out of the 5 C's possibly, but here we go, going with a block.
Are you going to agree with that?
I don't ever like blocks. It's actually my least favorite weapon placement ever in any map.
I feel like they could have put another nade, something else over in the middle, because if they happen to lose the kitchen area, and it's usually a standstill because we see at least 2 to 3 waves coming into the kitchen before that whole initial fight is done, you can have an extra weapon to kind of break it up a little bit or use a little bit of crowd control.
They're going to use that crowd control, definitely 4v4 back-into-back kitchen. Yet again, we're going to see the same split from both teams. Smokes out. Kyle tries to take that front cover on the counter, and he gets down by Explosive. So Explosive knows there's blood in the water. Solars is down for Optic Gaming as well as Praise. Kyle's the only one down for Simplicity. So you see 3 dead for Optic Gaming. Explosive's left between a rock and a hard place. He's going to have to try to get out of there because I don't know if he can get anybody. Summons gets killed too. They get wiped completely off the map. That's 5 dead. Rush to the hills, ladies and gentlemen, for your Simplicity. Get to the hills because you've got the kills.
No one's getting the C-Hill.
They're letting the guy off respawn. They're letting the last guy off respawn get the hill because they have the drop shot, because they have all their numbers already at the home hill of Optic Gaming. They're hoping to get 1 more round of slays.
Oh, you have all 5 members of Optic Gaming now pushing in. You got the drop shot, the incendiary nades being put to use, and the domination has come through. The game is tied up 2-2 with Simplicity fighting back, trying to make a statement against the gods of Gears.
Oh, baby, we have a match on our hands. And look at the members of Simplicity covering their mouths, trying to hide their strategy just in case anybody's trying to look might be what they might say. I see that affinity reached down, he looked into the ear of Pell, he said something. I think they're trying to keep him with the right perspective in mind, keep pushing him forward as basically the leader of this team in game, because Pell's making all the plays right now on Diner.
Pell, that's definitely a player you want to keep his motivation and his spirits up. We've all seen what he done in round number 2. Exactly. If you put Pell on an island to do what he does best, support, win 1v1s, Simplicity, they might have a shot. But coming into this next initial fight, Pell, he is going to get the quick pick and the drop shot. He's going to back out safely. But this is the time you don't have to find a kitchen anymore. You want the drop shot, crash. Getting 2 kills, take it out, Praise and Mental, but 2 players from Simplicity die as well. Make that 3.
3 players dead for Simplicity. Pell, Crash, last alive. Pell's rotating all the way back here with that drop shot. He got the actual heck out of dodge, and quick, ladies and gentlemen. He is waiting for people to probably come off respawn here. He's hiding a little bit. He knows Crash is left all by himself. So he rotated out of there to his own spawn. He knows he's going to have some reinforcements here shortly, but he left his buddy all by his lonesome in the chef's kitchen to die. Ladies and gentlemen, Shock is going to get the A hill. They're finally going to get some points on the board. 2-to-1 hill advantage, and the positioning in favor of Optic Gaming, but the drop shot in favor of Simplicity.
Well, this is where the IGL and Affinity, they're going to have to come to use, and they're going to have to put their brains together to figure out a push. Yes, you have the strongest weapon on the map, but you're down. You're being outslayed. You don't have as many hills as Optic Gaming, but it's not too far away. With a score of 42-19, you can still come back with a 2-hill lead with the missed drop shot against Praise. Pell's trying to line up a shot as Klaus gets caught on fire.
Oh no, Summons hits him with the incendiary grenade, which causes everybody on Infinity to kind of stop, reassess the situation. Pell's going to take out Explosive because Explosive moved up to try to kill Shock off. So you're trading out your numbers right there. It is a 4v3 though, because you have killed your own teammate in that process to trade out those kills. So you're going to have to rotate back, which halts the entirety of the push by Simplicity. And you're going to have to wait for your members to come off respawn again. But if you wait too long, you're going to give Optic Gaming a free drop shot.
Sure. Optic Gaming now waiting for this next drop shot pickup. They're primed already. Explosive picking up the hammer burst, the support weapon that you do not want to see in his hands. But here goes the push in the kitchen. Propels, sends out a drop shot. He's going to team kill Crash.
Crash with nothing else to it, just takes him down. He goes to get the pickup there on Kyle. He gets him back up. Excuse me, he gets that pickup back on Shock, excuse me. Praise is gonna get taken out by Kyle on the opposite side of the inside of the diner. So now Kyle still working that front door. He's looking to try to get some shots with his hammer burst in on anybody from Optic Gaming. He's gonna almost down Summons as Summons goes over that cover, but the B hill will remain in control of Optic Gaming. Kyle will be probably in a 1v1 for the A, or for the C hill. Excuse me, and he's going to have to make something happen against Mental, one of the deadliest players in the game. And Mental's also going to have a member off spawn to kind of help him. So here comes a teammate. So now if you're Kyle, if you push forward, you're in a 2v1.
It's like Simplicity, they have been consistently with their backs against the wall. This is tower round, and with Kyle getting full red. Here we have it. Mental getting a headshot on Kyle, and with the drop shot in Explosive's hands, he's putting it to use, getting a kill with that timer coming down. 189 to 121. Simplicity, they're going to have to run out, slay out, and capture every hill. That's looking very unlikely.
That is looking slow, ladies and gentlemen, to be able to slay out and get every kill and all the hills. Just a few more seconds, and that will spell the end of round number 5. Optic Gaming goes up 3-2 in map number 1. Again, though, Simplicity making them work for every inch they can possibly want. Optic Gaming, I don't think has been in a dogfight like this since the start of the tournament. This is as close as I think they've been with any matchup except maybe Elevate, who gave them a little bit of trouble in those national fights, really kept down them, really made sure it was close range most of the time.
Colin, you doubted it. Ryan called it. He said, listen, this is one of Optic Gaming's most trouble maps, okay? They've had a lot of troubles here. They've actually lost on this map before in tournament gameplay, and Simplicity, by picking this map, they've been doing their homework.
When did they lose it in tournament gameplay?
Oh, Toronto.
No, they didn't. They beat GNT.
Oh, yeah, barely. You're
yeah,
right.
They beat
You're right.
You were there.
You're right. Was it by like one round?
It was by one round. But again,
my memory was fuzzy.
By hook or by crook, it don't matter how you get it as long as you win, ladies and gentlemen. Optic Gaming up 3-2. You see Mental with 10, Explosive with 12. So Explosive, even though he started out slow, has started to heat up here in this matchup. You don't want to let Gilbert start to have free reign and do whatever he wishes to do. Frag nades outside in parking lot. You see the 4-and-1 split yet again. Smokes will be coming out shortly. Explosive on that counter. He's going to call out Crash. He's going to get that mark on him, get some shots on. So Crash is going to have to rotate back toward safety of his own side. 4 members very close to one another. Gilbert looking for this killer. Explosive gets it. He gets a double down. He gets a double down. Kyle's still down. Finally gets picked up, though. He gets taken out by Solars.
Pels is able to sneak out the drop shot, but he gets taken out.
And Crash was taken out as well. That's all 5 dead.
It's the drop shot on the map. There it goes.
There it is. So even though he got the quick pick, and I believe he got killed almost instantaneously, he didn't get out with it. So they are going to get the B hill in their favor, and the last 2 members of Optic set up so that they could fight off the respawns of Simplicity. Solars rolling back in to the inside of the diner. He's going to look through this window. He's going to try to pick out members of Simplicity. He's going to use this drop shot to keep him out of the home hill. He does get Kyle. The 1 second, and it works. It works beautifully. All to plan. Solars with perfect drops gets the round. They take the lead at half. 4-2, 200 IQ plays by Solars right there.
That's not what you want if you're Simplicity, okay? Last thing you want, be down half in rounds against Optic Gaming, but we're going into halftime. That means the drop shot and everything else that you saw on the map is going to be wiped off the hills, going to be moved just a little bit around the map, but Simplicity fighting back. You see Crash and Kyle trying to do all they can with 11 and 10 kills respectively, but it's even all on the side of Optic Gaming.
So now you are down in rounds, you are down in numbers, and we are going to go on board with Clouts of Simplicity and see what they can get started here in the second half. He's going to cap that home hill, and he will probably play either a 1v1 against Summons, or he will try to help out Kyle kill Solars. Solars kept having to roll back, though. Kyle must have had some kind of early advantage on him, and now Summons looks to OE across the diner inside. He takes a cover. Here comes Clouts. Clouts is going to try to push him. They're actually going to pinch him. Goodness gracious, thank you, Kyle, for coming in the backside.
Textbook Gears of War gameplay. Do not fight the 1v1. Call him out, whip out your Lancer, and get the easy down. The high percentage kill and Shock getting a double kill of his own. You have only 2 players of Optic Gaming alive in Simplicity. They're going to have to act now with this advantage that they have.
Yeah, they're going to have to keep this advantage, though, because, again, short respawn rounds. We're in the second half now, so all 5 members of Optic Gaming already back up, back healthy, and it looks like they are going to use their numbers to rotate through the kitchen, try to get a break on that D-hill, and force Simplicity to go one way or the other. But as soon as Kyle tried to come out, Pell being sneaky right there, playing a little game of hide and go seek, gets an easy kill on Explosive. Summons as well, goes down. They're going to get to clean him up. So this should be, ladies and gentlemen, a Simplicity round if they can continue to apply the pressure. 1 member of Optic Gaming waiting on the inside of that cubby. That was Praise. He comes out to fight Kyle in a 1v1. Kyle tries to head down him, but Praise sits on that cover, lets him get a little close, pops up off of it, and gets the 1-shot kill.
But take a look at the story of these fights, Colin. They're not winning it just off of 1v1s. They're winning it because of their team fight. They're playing for each other, which is key for Simplicity, and that's the X factor of this entire game. But Pels now challenging Summons in the 1v1 with Mental right behind him to pick him up. Now Pels full red, he's gonna have to go ahead and escape. He has teammates right behind him, but they're not gonna be able to pick him up. Summons going for the double kill, full red. Crash is down, but with Shock in the way, Summons has been stopped.
So Summons gets slowed down right there. Couldn't get that full double kill. He just got the down, and you see the other members of Optic Gaming coming in trying to pick up the kills. Praise still fighting there. And up the outside of that taco truck, he's got a little help from Explosive. They're finally going to down Shock, and they're going to go for this triple cap right here. 3 seconds until it comes through, but Pell gets onto the hill of D, and Praised and Gilbert, Praised and Explosive will fly off of that E-hill toward the inside of the diner. Belly, what do you think needs to happen right here if you're Simplicity? Because the round is so close to call right now. You still have a chance to stay in this. You just got to get a break here or there, maybe get that second hill back in your favor.
All right, so after this push, you're going to see whether or not this outside fight is for you. If not, try to throw something different at him. Get a double home hill setup. But you see 4 players from Simplicity now crowding this entire E-hill. Crash goes down. Kyle gets a kill before dying himself. But now, this is a big 1v1 Explosive against Shock. But now, separate 1v1. Shock gets the double kill, taking out both players. This is looking good for Simplicity. But Summons comes out of nowhere, hits it with a full red shot, and Summons saves the day for Optic Gaming, capturing the E-hill. But time is of the essence, Colin. They're going to get a hill.
They got to cap F, and they got to cap F quickly. But the Crash will come onto the E-hill. They're going to try to get this break, but Summons gets caught. You can't let him break it. You can't let him break it at all. Here comes Kyle. He's going to roll in here. He's going to go for the break. That won't come through either. E-hill will go back in favor of Optic Gaming. They have enough time. It looks like they're going to try to OE to try to get a break.
They're spreading the map.
That's right. They're trying to spread the map. They're trying to make sure Simplicity cannot force the issue.
This is it.
Optic Gaming took the lead. They took the round, and that was a beautiful play. Summons in that 2v1 was the MVP of that round, bodying it easily, getting E-hill back in their favor, and was able to hold it off for the rest of the round. And there you see him on your screens, ladies and gentlemen, the man himself, Summons, doing all he can to help Optic Gaming get a 5-2 lead here in map number 1.
See this? Pushing the fight back in the kitchen. Is that what you want against Optic Gaming down 2-5?
Yeah, you know, hey, look, you won 2 rounds. you know, you just
I
might
mean, they were getting a quick pick, which was good. The outside fight definitely goes in their favor, so we're going to see the drop shot in the kitchen once more. But that was pretty devastating, man. We saw Simplicity basically holding on to the lead throughout the entirety of that game, and then Optic Gaming came from behind and just snatched it from him.
Summons 15 and 17, leading his team to victory right now. Again, Simplicity has to climb up. They have to move forward. This is a comeback situation, and it's going to have to start right here. They're going to have to get the third round on the board, ladies and gentlemen. Shock bouncing around. They get the smokes out. Nobody getting down and out yet for either team, but Solars is very dangerously close to death. Shock will break ice, though, on explosive. That's a big kill.
Oh, yeah, there you have it, Kyle, picking up the drop shot now. They have the most powerful weapon in the game. It's Shock jumping over cover, finding Solars to his left, and hitting him with a nice one shot. And he's going to swiftly rotate over to E-Hill. He sees Klaus in the 1v1. Klaus is down, but with Mental and Summers in the way, ooh, Shock supplied his Lancer down Mental.
He bounced that drop shot.
That was a drunk drop shot.
No, it hit the wall. It actually hit the side of cars. It bounced around. It never picked off Mental. So even though Summons gets taken out of the taco truck, Mental's right there to fill in that lane, fill in that gap.
Yeah.
That's great teamwork. That's great rotation. But 3 members of Simplicity will be out here. Here comes the drop, trying to kill Mental. Mental will roll out of the way of the first one. Pell pushing up, though. That's great. That's great awareness. Knowing the damage on Mental, knowing he can push up and get an easy up A down on him, so they can try to get the next kill. Pell still flying forward, gets down himself. They might go over here to try to pick up Praise. They get one down. Kyle's going to get the second, I believe. They got explosive down. They got explosive down. They can't get the kill.
With the
Solars
triple!
goes massive. Oh, baby. Go get it, Solars. I see you, dog.
You act right and you get rewarded. Solars now capturing the E-Hill, but Shock once more. He wants the static. Been that about now. Shock is going to back up. Mental supporting from the kitchen area, and Solar's highly aware with his Lancer out. He's going to jump in front of Shock, but Shock is going to get the nice one shot. He's going to stay alive with Kyle in front of him. He's going to throw a smoke grenade, pretty much stun Praise and push him out, and he's going to challenge this 1v1.
Yo, Belly, how crazy is this? We just broke the 100-point mark in the round. We only
feels like it's been about 5 minutes.
I swear we have been in this round for what seems like ever. Pell getting a kill on Praise, and they're breaking the E-Hill, and they know the drop shot will be coming back shortly. So you see the members of Simplicity rotating back toward that back kitchen area. They have gotten the call to push in to try to get this weapon back from the hands of Optic Gaming, because you see 3 members of Optic Gaming already in, 4 members of Optic Gaming in the area, though. Shock still being dirty. Shock still doing it to him. He finally goes down and gets picked up by Solars. Mental gets Klaus. So Optic Gaming springs back into life, a little throwback to our main man, Benson, and they continue to hold off and hold on. The domination almost came through, though.
Yeah, well, the whole fight was happening. Domination was happening. Optic Gaming, they were unaware.
They called for a little Mr. Krabs right there. Almost came through for him.
But that's what happens when you apply so much pressure, Colin. You break Optic Gaming's entire mindset. You throw a wrench in their strategy. And now, if they can look at a rotation from Simplicity, they're going to bring the fight over towards the E-Hill.
You didn't throw a big enough wrench. Optic Gaming still has 2 hills. They still have the points, and I believe they got to their hands to get close enough to that respawn, to drop shot, at least to wipe it off the map, if nothing else. So Simplicity's going to have to make another big coordinated push here. They're going to have to get the break on E-Hill. They actually are going to stay in it as well. They could cap this E-Hill, but you're going to have to fly. I think you're going to have to try to get to the home hill, that D-Hill of Optic Gaming Praise. Big shot on Crash, getting the kill there. We have broken the 194 mark for Optic Gaming, so this could be their round easily. I believe that will spell doom for this round, and they will go to map point, ladies and gentlemen. There's the magic number, 270. Nobody's 207. Nobody's breaking any hills. So
you know what? The game is much closer than the score shows, Colin. With a score of 2-6, Simplicity, they're doing a lot of things right, but it's execution in the long run. Yeah, there's a few little fights that they should have won here and there, but Optic Gaming, they're doing everything right in their power, and that's why they're up 6-2, match point. Let's take a look at the weapon they're going to put down. We're going to see Shock hovering over the parking lot area. Once they put down the power weapon, I say they put something really big down there. They've been doing well in kitchen, mind you, but this E-fight has been extremely important. It's going to be interesting if, okay, they're going to block it off. So they're going to keep it pure, and they're going to keep it where they've been winning in the kitchen. It's been a pretty even fight with Simplicity, having the edge, picking up the drop shot here and there with a few quick picks, while Optic Gaming has been paying attention.
So if you look at this, you're at map point. You can no longer lose another round for Simplicity. They have to basically be perfect the rest of this game. As they move forward, they can't drop another one whatsoever. You see the 4 members, the 4 split again, 4v1. On one side of the map, you're going to have a big 1v. On this side, though, still 4v4. Shock breaking ice. Kyle getting a kill on Explosive. And down goes Solars as well. So you leave one member left, and it is all up to Summons yet again to be the MVP for this team. He's in a 1v1 with Clouds. If he gets this kill, he could prolong this round long enough for them to hold off a possible triple cap. He's sitting on that taco truck. Nobody has gotten to the D hill yet to even threaten the triple kill. Clouds finally gets a kill there on Summons. It has been torture for him out there, though, at that E hill early in these rounds. Domination finally comes through. Massive double kill by Shock, though. They're looking to close this out, but the F hill gets almost decapped. Mental rolls back in, but he gets down. He's going to get cleaned up. Pell still out there being a nuisance. Another drop comes in, but it's a team kill. That can't happen.
But you know what? This is going to be big. Shock redeeming himself, taking out Summons, and there you have it. Simplicity on praise, jumping into hill momentarily, able to get a kill on Crash. Can he do it?
He's going to go down. Solars is also going to get picked up. I believe this will spell the end of it. Mental's going to have to roll into the hill. He's going to have to make something happen. 2 seconds left. He gets down and out. So Simplicity does pick up their third round.
Okay.
Wasn't as clean as it should have been. They had to go through another set of slays, get 2 or 3 more kills there. But it ends up not mattering because they can go ahead and close it out. Shock did get some redemption there for team kill, but he did pick 1 or 2 off later. He's playing huge right now.
But we're going into scary territory now. You're going to have to play perfect. Yeah, you won that round, but now it's 3-6. You're going to have to play 4 rounds straight winning against Optic Gaming. That means Optic Gaming, they're going to have some type of malfunction, a mental breakdown, something. So it's all going to start from the start. Let's see how this initial plays out.
We see, again, the members coming off. We're going to stay with Simplicity. We want to see if they can make this comeback happen. We want to see if they can make this happen and be the first to take Optic Gaming down in this tournament, make them lose a map even to try to put them on their heels. Smokes come out. Everybody on that back table trying to get shots on. Puts a bunch of damage coming out. They roll out, get a lot of shots there on Praise. Praise almost goes down. He takes care of that back table. And now Explosive gets called out. Almost doesn't get marked. Praise will get marked though, but he gets the shot off and gets a kill there. Pell takes out Solars, so we see the trades coming out in the kill feed, but they will go in favor of Optic Gaming. 4 dead for Simplicity early, and Clouds has to play his life now. He's going to jump over that cover and will get 1 shot down. So now with 4 dead, yet again, Optic Gaming will be able to threaten this triple cap, and it looks like they might have a chance to get it. They melee. That's a stun. That's all they needed. And Optic Gaming will take round.
You have it.
Map number 1, 7-3 over Simplicity.
Business as usual, Colin. Optic Gaming proving everybody why they're the best team in the game, winning on Diner, a map that many thought was a map that they would have trouble on.
Many?
Many.
It wasn't all. One of us didn't think so.
And of course, a great showing from Optic Gaming, but perhaps a little bit closer than the scoreboard showed. Ryan, what was it that Simplicity was doing so well, and could that have been a closer game 1?
So Simplicity actually played that map a lot better than the score shows. And Colin, I still kind of believe that the Diner is not one of the strongest maps for Optic, but people ask me time and time again, how do you beat Optic? Why is Optic so hard to beat? If I look down at my note sheet right now, in capital letters, I have 3 of their players' names on certain rounds because all of them have the ability to make huge clutch plays at any time. We saw Summons make the huge clutch play on the neutral hill. We saw Solars make the huge triple kill. So those are the rounds that Optic takes away that so few teams are able to do at the frequency they do. So, I mean, we talked about the kitchen, right? To me, Simplicity actually was doing better on the kitchen fight than Optic was throughout the course of that map. But again, Optic owned the mid-round. Optic out-rotated them. They played the objective so much better. Keep in mind, Shock had far and away the most kills in the lobby. The slaying wasn't that far off.
And look, there's no pictures on a scorecard. At the end of the day, 7-3. Simplicity needs to get in the huddle real quick. They got to figure out what they got to do to get this in their favor going into map 2. Because you go to Impact, another map that historically Optic Gaming kind of goes back and forth on. Sometimes they're dominant, sometimes they struggle. So Simplicity really needs to find their groove. They need to find the spot on that map that they can dominate, much like they did that kitchen fight when the drop shot was down, where they were getting the quick picks and getting it out like a power weapon should be.
Colin, they're going to have to fire on all cylinders plus 4, okay? We've all seen teams try to gain momentum against Optic Gaming, and what has that resulted into? We saw Ghost Gaming in San Diego fire red hot, going against Optic Gaming. Optic shuts it down, okay? Simplicity, they can handle pretty handily on Diner, okay? Going into map 2 against Optic on Impact. Optic, they played Impact plenty of times, especially against the likes of Echo Fox over there, and they've come out victorious on top. I don't see Optic Gaming showing any weakness. I don't see Optic Gaming falling at all on this map.
In your eyes, Ryan, you obviously were behind these teams on main stage before as a coach. The weapon placements, did they favor Simplicity? Did Simplicity, who was a losing team, do a good job of placing weapons in their favor?
So going into this, we talked about how Chef Billy's in the kitchen. We talked about how good Optic's been in the kitchen. I actually thought Simplicity did a very good job in the kitchen. There was many rounds where they
dropping job shot there was a good decision, huh? Because I saw you lose your mind when you saw it.
I was like, what are you, like, what? Like, we have GIFs about Billy shot, right? You know what I'm talking about. So I didn't think that was a good opportunity for them to kind of throw something different at them, but it seemed to work for them. And again, they lost in the mid-round more so than they lost in the initial. I will say also Explosive had such a higher impact on that counter position than Kyle, to the point where even he would actually turn the corner and down out Kyle, which to be honest, to me is a big no-no. You should never, you start to a point where you're just getting Lancer down like that, especially when you have full reign to see not only him, but also see the map, right? Gilbert's seeing the same thing that Kyle's seeing, so Kyle should never be going down like that in my eyes.
Yeah, map number 2, of course, going into it is going to be on Impact. In your eyes, Ryan, what does the squad need to do on Impact? Of course, if you have been a fan of Gears Esports for a long time, you remember the infamous Gears inaugural tournament for Gears of War 4, where Team Envy, coached by Ryan, reset the bracket and played the same exact 2 maps, Foundation, Impact, Foundation, Impact. You played against them on Impact a few times. What do you got to do to beat them?
Yeah, I mean, obviously this is a much different team now than way back into the first event of Gears of War 4. We did see good success against some of my old Echo Fox team as well. That being said, that's a new roster even from there, right? So Praise and Solars bring a lot to the table when it comes to Impact. The two Solars, especially in that middle fight, can be very, very effective. To me, like I said, I like to throw something different at them. I like to make the map chaotic. I like to throw, you know, we see boom shot at tail so many times. Throw a boom shot at tail, maybe throw a drop shot over in the inner side of the fight, right? The more traditional fight. Do things that are a little bit different because, again, if you try to play traditional 5v5 escalation against Optic Gaming, you will lose.
We've learned that before.
I can't say it enough. And I keep seeing it. I keep seeing people not try to do something new. Try
Flexing
not to be innovative.
Trying to be stronger.
Right? Everyone say, oh, their shotguns aren't that good. Our shotguns are just as good. For one, they're not, but two, again, you have to be innovative. You have to change the meta. You have to push the game to the boundaries to beat a team with that kind of roster.
Yeah, that's a great point. You said Shock was one that went off in this one. Of course, this is a grudge event for him. He feels like he didn't have the best event at Gears Columbus Invitational. He wanted to bounce back, and he's doing so in a great way. Who was it on this Simplicity squad that you feel like could step up their game a little bit and help them swing things in game 2?
Yeah, I mean, in my eyes, Cloud struggled on that map. I think he ended up somewhere around the 7 and 20 mark for the kill death. I think that he kind of needs to step up a little more. Again, we talk about to beat Optic Gaming, all 5-year players have to be firing on all cylinders. Vel, you said it earlier yourself. Yeah. The stars have to align. You all have to play your A+ game to beat this team, and we didn't see that necessarily on map 1.
Anyone in particular in your eyes, gentlemen, from Simplicity?
Simplicity is going to have to be all of them. I mean, you can't single out one player when the whole team loses, okay? It's going to be a team effort in order to beat Optic Gaming. You're not going to beat them off of one player just going off. I mean, we all know that Fallout.
Yeah, of course. But that's a day-old situation, that's for sure.
Oh, at the end of the day, I think, you know, like he said, everybody has to step up, but I think you got to get some help. Ryan keeps talking about having to push the boundaries of the game. If you see Clouds struggling that much in 1Vs against Summons both first and second half, why not call out to have a little bit of help for him early on in the rounds? It might have saved you in some of those rounds that were quick dominations or where you got threatened with a quick domination. So in my opinion, that's one of the things you got to look at. You got to make some mid-game adjustments like that. If somebody's getting cooked, go ahead and send somebody over there to help him out. Get some help, man.
Yeah.
Never be afraid to ask for it.
Of course. Oh, I thought you were going to say something. Of course, game number 1 goes in dominating fashion by the scoreboard, at least according to Ryan. Not so much necessarily in the actual tell of the tale, but safe to say this Optic Gaming squad is in a very good spot against Simplicity. Of course, after this matchup, we'll have another one. It's going to be Denial going up against Ghost Gaming. Not to get ahead of ourselves by any means, but now that we have a quick moment here.
Yeah, that's going to be a spicy one.
Yeah.
Game 3, we're predicting game 3s across the board now.
Muy caliente.
It has to be a game 3. It's only right. You know, 2 of the hottest teams playing right now outside of Optic Gaming, and for them to be able to go to the winners bracket finals, it's going to be big. But I feel like Ghost Gaming might squeak out on top. No, they're going to squeak out on top because they have the crowd behind them. Idemus is playing out of his mind, and I don't think Denial has an answer for that.
This matchup is the true barometer for this Ghost Gaming team. They have been absolutely on fire. They have looked strong as strong can be, but I don't think they play necessarily the quality of teams that give me, you know, a green light that this is a team that can compete for a championship. I want to see how they come out against Denial, and even for Denial too. We talk about them being a potential, John, you call them maybe, you know, a super team almost in some capacity, right? I want to see that for them what they really have in this situation. Win that match, get to top 3. It's a big deal.
Yep, this is the first test. Of course, all eyes are on Simplicity in this match to see if they are also in the ranks of a top 3 contending team. I think after this, safe to say it is Ghost, it is Denial, and of course Optic Gaming. Speaking of Optic Gaming, map number 2 will be underway in just a moment. It is Impact that will be the map to decide it all. Match map for Optic Gaming, or can Simplicity cement themselves in history by upsetting Optic Gaming with a 2-map sweep? Easier said than done, that's for sure. Veli, Colin, take it away.
I can't wait to get into Impact. I love the way that this map is played because you can put big power weapons at either end, the cockpit or the tail. You can really change up the fights if you don't like the way that they're going in your favor. But I want everybody to take a quick note. As you look on your screens, as we see the 3 and 2 splits from both teams, you see one person each capping the home hill, and you see somebody going down toward B hill. Look on your screens. Everybody knows from Season 1 how famous Summons was for playing home hills and playing those 1v1s. He's front spawn now, baby. He's playing the T table, and they're going to have to win some fights here early.
Shock
and
is doing it.
Shock is
Shock
still
makes a flank around the bottom table, gets the kill on Explosive, comes back around, gets the kill on Mental, and now you have a big 1v1 where Solars comes out with the win against Kyle.
Up A them before they up A you. Solars just proved it right, ladies and gentlemen. Praised in a bit of a sticky situation. He's going to be shot down upon from that top level by Crash. He's going to have to take some cover. He knows he might get pushed here because look at all that Lancer fire, true Warzone style out there in the tail fight area. We see 2 people rotating over to the B hill and then 2 people at the second half home hill. Clouds and Kyle. Clouds will get taken out, and now he's going to push back up. He's going to be able to take out one. Can he take out the other? No, he won't. Summons will go ahead, body him as well, and Summons is going to have to turn around and go back down here to this bottom cockpit fight.
The Shock is in trouble with Summons pulling out a shotgun. He's in a 1v2 against Mental, Summons, and it doesn't help when you have Explosive lancering you in the back with Mental. Getting a power position right here, offered some Lancer power. He sees Kyle moving in, chases Kyle back. Kyle running back to try to bait Mental to run into the Lancer fire from Clouds. But he's going to regroup with his teammates with a 2-1. He'll lead 96-82.
Once again, all 5 members of Simplicity are back off respawn. They're going to have to figure out what they got to do because that's twice now. The initial and that secondary push that Optic Gaming has come out on top. If they push for a 3rd time and Optic Gaming puts them down again, that could spell the end of this first round. They already have a 30-point lead to their favor, and you see the members of Simplicity setting up. First smoke comes out. You see Shock sitting on that cover. Here comes the second smoke. They're going to go ahead and force Billy back. Mental, he's going to roll up to that first cover. He might go for a big flank here. This could be very sneaky on his half, but if he gets called out, this could be bad news bears. Kyle does see him. He rolls forward just in time to see Mental. Mental's going to get marked, and he's going to get down there on those steps, so Praised is going to have to make something happen up there. He's going to put some pressure on the home hill of Simplicity, and he is almost going to get the cap. He's going to be in another fight, but Lancer Fire comes in from the respawn area, takes Praise down. Clouds will get to clean him up. They're losing the B hill as well. So the rotation is great for Simplicity. They know where they have to get their numbers, but the C hill's getting capped now in the favor of Optic Gaming. They're on the opposite side of the map. They might get 2 home hills out of this, and they will continue to hold on to that lead.
And at the blink of an eye, things switch immediately. You go from getting a domination to getting both of the home hills capped in favor of Optic Gaming. They need only 30 more points in order to win around with the B hill currently being decapped. Optic, they're trying to put this game to bed soon, but Simplicity fighting back, challenging that B hill. Speaking of challenges, you see Mental, little 1v1. That was short-lived, but rotating around the stairs. Shock. Now, pushing in Mental, backing up. He knows he does not need that fight. 201 to 180. Optic Gaming.
The break's coming in, though.
Close,
the break's coming
Simplicity coming through and breaking their hill.
This is now Simplicity's round to lose. They have all the control over here. This is now their round to lose. They're threatening the triple cap. They're at the 195 mark. It doesn't matter. By the time they get this hill cap, the 2 hill point advantage will actually win this for Simplicity. There it is, 204, 204. And Simplicity will take round number 1 here in map number 2. That is a big-time performance out of Simplicity to win that one. Great rotations, great kills, and great end-game decisions. Simplicity looked fantastic there late in that first round.
Those breaks for everything. Even though it was a 2-1 hill lead, they acknowledged, they were cognizant of the fact that they had to go into Optic Gaming's home and break that hill just for a little bit. So you saw Kyle and Klaus, yes, they did not win that team fight, but the fact that they stalled them long enough to break that hill and just get a little bit more points out of it, that gave them the win, and now they are up 1-0 against Optic Gaming. Simplicity starting off strong.
Once again, we're going to see the same kind of split. You're going to see a 3v3. The Marxers will get picked up. Explosive will have one. Crash will have one of his own. But we all know, and we have talked about before on this desk, how deadly Explosive is with his. Crash gets some good shots in there, making that fight easier on Summons. He gets a headshot on Explosive, and that is absolutely huge. 2 members of Optic Gaming go down already. Crash rotating around with that Marxa. big shots out of him to force Solars out of that fight. Now Solars gonna have to roll for his life, and he's gonna get down by more shots from Crash. Shock will kill Mental, and it looks like the early advantage will go to Simplicity. They will have the 2-to-1 hill advantage once they cap up their home, and the members of Optic Gaming that are coming off spawn are basically stuck in a small vicinity.
Yeah, Optic Gaming, they look like they found their match in Simplicity now. Currently capping the C hill, and the A hill is the last one needed. If they're able to get that, they will get a triple cap early on.
This is
this
so
round.
much pressure by
but Crash with the marks.
So much pressure by Simplicity. This is beautiful. They are keeping Optic Gaming locked in their spawn.
Crash holding back, ran out of Marks' bullets, able to switch over to the shotgun, and this is where Optic Gaming, they're going to go ahead and push him out, but the A hill currently being captured, but what's happening on the other side of the map? C, it's going to go to them. I wonder who's over there, but Shock trying to hold off this defense. Klaus able to kill Praise. It goes to 1v1.
Shock trying to fight for his life, but with 3 members of Optic Gaming right there, I don't think he'll come out with it, and he does not. Kyle now in the same 3v1. He'll get picked off as well. So even though Simplicity doubled up the round score on Optic Gaming, they have now taken the B hill in their advantage, and they will be able to make another push, but they won't be able to do it easily because Simplicity will have a full 5-man roster off spawn, and it will be another big team fight. Simplicity, that's a team kill. Crash killing Shock, and then Solar's killing Crash, so that's a bit of a blunder over there. Kyle's gonna have to roll back. He's gonna get down. They're gonna push up on him. I think they're gonna go for the kill. They will get to clean that also. 3 members of Simplicity down now. Optic Gaming will try to push and force this issue. Pell is gonna try to fly at Praise to make him make a mistake.
Immediately. You have to push. No time to hold it.
He's caught in no man's land, ladies and gentlemen, all by his lonesome in the middle of the map. Nowhere to go, nowhere to hide. He is all by himself, nowhere to help anybody. Optic Gaming picks up round number 2, 1-1. Absolutely love this back and forth action. They are both teams playing profoundly well.
Simplicity should have won that round. Simplicity was that close to a domination. Crash was going absolutely off the marks, but it seems like there was some type of breakdown. Whenever Optic Gaming spawned all together, they pushed out, and Simplicity didn't have an answer. Optic Gaming's offense was just vastly superior to their defense, and they pushed through, got the win, and the incendiary grenades have been placed. Let's see how that comes into play.
Ensigns go down, so Ensigns and Marxas. We saw Crash make a massive impact with that Marxa in the second round after it was placed. But let's see if we can keep on with the same song and dance. Simplicity and has matched Optic Gaming's aggression in these first couple of rounds, which is what you want to see. It's what you have to do in order to start winning rounds against a team like this. Summons meets Clouts there on that T-table. Shock goes for a little bit of a flank there. He's going to go back towards his back table. He's going to get some damage on him, but Clouts takes out Summons. Crash kills Mental with a headshot, and Crash using that Marxa to the best of his ability, getting headshots in the first and second round.
All right, with those 3 instant kills against Optic Gaming, Simplicity, they acknowledge that they're up in numbers. And you see Kyle all the way in Optic Gaming's home hill, decapping it. The domination is coming through. Optic Gaming only have 4 players alive. They're going to have to fly. They're going to have to fly in the hill. Summons tried it. The domination was denied shortly. Praise falling down. Klaus died defending the hill. And here we have a 2v2, which is absolutely huge for Optic Gaming. Solos goes down, but somebody needs to get in this hill while this is happening.
Shock is going absolutely bonkers. He's playing out of his mind. He not only bodies that 2v1 to force the issue yet again with the 3rd member coming off of spawn, but they end up getting the triple cap because Shock literally was a nuisance. He's killing everything in his sights. He's doing everything for his team, leading the way with 9 kills already, trying to get that double digits early in this map.
Yeah.
Let's see what Optic Gaming does. If I'm Optic, I put down a big team weapon. I make sure it's all about fire.
There
We're going to focus it on one section or one side. Boom shot goes down.
This is a drop shot.
Drop shot goes down, excuse me.
You're fine.
And they will go with a big team fight. Let's see if that changes up their fortunes.
That's going to be pretty smart because Simplicity, they should be up 3-0 right now, but winning the initials clearly over in the cockpit area there. Optic Gaming, they're going to switch the fight over to the tail end of the map. This is where you're going to see a big fight, but it's going to be all about who makes the first move. There's going to be a bit of a standstill, some smoke grenades, but whoever gets that drop shot, oh, Colin, it's going to come in big.
Oh, yeah, Pell with this time Pell gets the Marxa. And on the side of Optic Gaming, I'm not sure if they sent anybody to get it. No, they did send Summons to front spawn to get it.
Summons
and he's going to get fallen and taken out. So now 5v4. Simplicity is going to win this initial, I believe, because they've now got 2 kills. Shock moving up again, gets the 3rd kill. Shock is doing everything that is asked of him and more double down right there, and they will get the pickup on Shock. They will get the drop shot out. This is huge for them.
But none of the hills are capped, but the C hill. Somebody has to go back, get the mid hill, get your home hill, and then you can work for the domination. So they might have to abort this stand.
They're going to have to abort it a little bit. They're going to have to try to get off that hill. They're going to have to try to rotate back because here comes 3 members of Optic Gaming. First drop shot out. They will miss. Possible triple cap situation. They know they just got to drop the shots there on that C hill. People got to stay in it to get that break.
Great
they finally do, but
shots.
Solars does get the break, though. 4th drop shot out gets praised. So 4 drops out, 2 kills. Worth it if you ask me because it keeps the pressure on Optic.
This is about Optic Gaming. They're down in numbers 5-3. Simplicity, they're going to run in. 2 seconds left. Explosive, able to crawl in there. Mitchell gets down in the hill as well. It's going to be all up to 7. 7's getting in the hill as well. Optic Gaming, they are not giving up yet. Solars goes down. Simplicity wins a round. They're going to go up 3-1 against the champs, Optic Gaming.
Yeah, Optic Gaming getting tested right here. They are now down in rounds, and Simplicity is really starting to show signs of life. They show that they really want this to go to a map 3. You see on your screens, praised, taking a deep breath there. He exhaled quite heavily. He's going to have to try to figure this out. Right behind them, the coach, Ashes, trying to talk to his troops, trying to figure out what to do. Him and Explosive kind of bounce ideas off of each other. They make a good game plan, and they have to execute it now. Ash is probably trying to keep the morale high because this is not territory they really know. They're not really ever down in rounds.
Not at all. But when you poke the bear column, what happens?
It usually wakes up and eats you.
All right, there you have it. So let's see what happens over here, over in the tail end of the map. You see 3 players come down from each side of the team. Quick pick is taken by Solars. He's going to run away with the drop shot full red. Is he going to make it? Yes, he's going to be able to make it now. He's going to put it to use. Shock barely misses the drop shot while he's able to pick up the kill. And Solars, he's going to rotate on over because all of his teammates died. The persistence of Simplicity hasn't died yet, and they're still on the run.
Somebody's going to have to give help right here.
He needs help immediately.
He doesn't have a Nash.
Just run. Help out Summons over here in this cockpit area.
Maybe use that drop to just get a quick kill over there in that cockpit area. But if you have it out, you could drop it on the ground, which is what Solars does right there. And you see, again, the advantage in favor of Simplicity. They're threatening a triple cap yet again. 5 seconds away from going up 4-1 here on Impact. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a deficit they are never, ever seen in. Arodi giving a little hush-hush sign right there as we saw him come on your camera. He puts his finger over his mouth, trying to say shh. Solars.
Have you ever seen Optic Gaming get challenged like this on this map? Simplicity, they're doing a great job so far. And this all started from the initials.
The old Envious teams did it.
Ryan just pointed at himself.
Also, the old Envious teams, the old Echo Fox teams, both coached by our analyst, Ryan Fools. He probably did a great job putting his heads together with franchise. Outside of that, though, man, it's usually been cut and dry in favor of Optic Gaming.
This is great. This shows that Simplicity, they have a lot more fun in them. Don't just forget about map 1. You come out map 2, come out swinging off of the initials, and it's been won by Simplicity round and round, again and again. But here goes the next fight over in the tail area. Let's see who's going to pick up this drop shot.
So smokes are going to come out. It looks like they're going to actually overload this area where it looks like someone's pushed up to try to help out Explosive get control over the Ensigns or the Ensigns, because the frags were picked up by Simplicity. Pell has 1 more frag to his name. He's the last alive, and everybody from Optic Gaming knows where he's going. They know he's going back to that C hill. Drop shot comes out, picks him off. So now with 5 dead, they're going to threaten this triple cap. That should be enough to get this round. So you will only go into half 4-2. Optic Gaming will be down 4-2. So they cannot lose 3 rounds in the second half. They've been tested before. They're getting tested now. Let's see if they can hold up to the medal that Simplicity is bringing to their house.
Simplicity, they can't let this go to 4-3. Going into halftime, they're going to have to stick it out to Optic Gaming. No power weapons on the map. That's all right. Simplicity, they've proved that they can win without it. So Optic Gaming now being behind for the first time this series. I believe they're going to have to go ahead and fight back. If they make this a 3-4 fight, I can see Optic Gaming go ahead fighting back to win. But Simplicity, they're going to have to keep their foot on the gas pedal.
You know, think about this as well. This is Optic Gaming's map pick.
Yeah.
And they're down on it. So they picked this map Impact. They're down on it to Simplicity. The smokes come out early in this first round of the second half. And ladies and gentlemen at home, if you don't know, in the second half, the respawn timers reset to their lowest, and the home hills flip from that top side to the bottom side down here closer to that cockpit. Summons coming out and getting a big kill on Shock, who has been the tip of the spear for Simplicity. Double down there in the mid-cut area. Here comes Mental to try to help out, but the shots from Explosive out of that big window will help rain down fire, will help Mental get Kyle off the map. Cloud's now damaged and downed and wiped off the map as well. That's 3 dead again for Simplicity, and Shock and Crash. Last line of defense. They're gonna have to make something happen.
Seems like after the game they woke up just a little bit, right? Taking the initial away from Simplicity, looking strong, but they're not allocating all of their sources over to get that triple cap. They're gonna slow it down, bring the line out, make sure Simplicity have trouble getting out of their spawn area. So Simplicity basically caught an F-Hail. They're gonna have to spread the map a little bit. Take a look at your screen, the X-ray, you're gonna see Shock, someone else in the middle. They're gonna have to rotate around and spread Optic Gaming around so they can go ahead and get the flank and win in the cockpit area.
And you see, look at this overhead map. Look at how close every single person in this lobby is to one another. It looks like we're going to have a massive team fight out here. Summons goes down. Mental will also get taken off the map. So the push comes through for Simplicity. They're going to win that first exchange. So now it's a 4v3. Solars is going to finally pick up one. So now 3v3. Solars will go down. And again, 2v3. You see the numbers going back and forth. Teeter-totter. Simplicity comes out on the right side of that exchange. And you see the members of Simplicity setting up for possibly pushing over to this E-Hill. Praised on that little hop over cover, and you see Explosive over there on the line. Will they get the call out on Crash and get it down on him? Praise comes out playing a little sneaky roll right there. Explosive gets an easy body though, and here comes Praise trying to take care of Crash, but Crash is going to get him. So Optic Gaming might be able to continue to hold on to this E-Hill if they can get the correct Lancer fire, but Explosive being downed and taken out of this situation.
Crash moving around the corner, running into Solars up. AZ able to pick up the kill. Klaus on the other end, able to get a headshot on Summons. Optic Gaming trying to maintain the lead with just one hill, but they're looking for their second, getting both home hills, leaving the E-Hill to Simplicity. Shock putting in a shot, diving back, but he's going to go in for the kill, scaring away Mental, but Solars on the flank gets taken out by Crash.
And for a while there, even if they couldn't get that second hill with that decap, they still had the hit point advantage, and they were going to be able to keep it. But with the 2 hills in favor of Simplicity, losing the E-Hill now, so they're going to have to push this D-Hill. They're going to have to make something happen. Praise is in there, playing a little bodyguard action. He gets that first shot out, just a brick, doesn't get it down, doesn't get a kill, but he's going to have to back up because here comes 3 members of Simplicity who now roll back themselves. Triple cap possibly being threatened by Optic Gaming. They're playing some great defense here. Solar gets taken out by Crash.
He has to go big.
Praise tries to move up still with that meat shield. He's just going to pistol around here. He's going to be able to take care of Shock as well with his buddy Mental holding down that home hill. And went 207. 4-3, ladies and gentlemen. Optic Gaming back in this one.
Do you want to give Optic Gaming a chance to catch up, winning 2 rounds in a row? 3-4.
If you give them an inch, they will take a mile.
Several miles.
Yeah, they will. There's no doubt about that. Talking it over in between rounds, what went well, what went wrong. And it looks like Simplicity liked that big team fight down their tail. They're hovering over that drop shot yet again, and it might be placed. They will go ahead and put it down, so we will have yet another big team fight between Simplicity and Optic Gaming off of the respawns.
And I like how Simplicity, they went straight up to to put down a huge power weapon, because what that allows them to do now, they can build around that big power weapon and dictate the fight around it. They were strong with it. Before we went into halftime, coming out of halftime, let's see if they can continue to bring up that type of heat. But take a look at the strategy. You're going to have 3 people going towards the stairs, 2 more going towards the head of the plane, the cockpit. And here we go. Kyle leading the way, getting the shotgun chunk on Solar's. Crash dies as well. No hills are captured, but the E has just been taken by Simplicity, and the drop shot will be in Shock's hands.
That's a great initial by them. They're going to get some more kills out here. You're going to see members of Optic Gaming start to come off respawn because of how quickly they were taken off the map, but as well as Simplicity. And Explosive still coming off respawn, and Mental dies right here. That's huge. That allows you to continue to put pressure, but Mental somehow staying alive, somehow fighting this off. Kyle's down. He's going to get picked up by his teammate Cloud. They're going to have to go for a little revive chain, but the downs are coming through so aggressively that one of them might get down but not out. Another down, and then finally there it goes. Kyle gets down with straight Lancer fire because that would have been his 3rd. Drop shot comes in and picks up 2. Shock read it like a playbook and played him like a fiddle, getting the double kill.
Wait, Shock. Oh, unable to get the other drop shot kills, the 3rd and the 4th. 2 people that he blindly shot and almost got it, but Backing up two of his teammates, Pels and Crash. Domination's coming through the drop shot. Barely missed Mintu, but Mintu, he's full range. Solars comes in for the flank, takes the head off a shot. Praise also getting a kill. Optic Gaming, they're going to have to win this to keep their hill if they want to tie the game.
You see with 3 members of Simplicity alive, they're going to have to try to figure something out. They've got a massive point lead, but we've all seen what happens here. Optic Gaming can make one big coordinated push and wipe you off the map, so Pell is going to have to make the correct call. He's still rolling back. He knows he doesn't have any friends. He's going to have to get back there, get some Lancer fire. Here comes one member of Simplicity off respawn to help him get some good shots in. I believe that is Crash in the big window now. So Pell and Crash, Kyle picking up a kill on solos. That's absolutely massive. So now 5v4, Simplicity has the numbers advantage again. They can continue to just keep playing defense here.
All right, Pels, 2 players in the sights. He's able to sandwich it, but he's late to move out. Shock doesn't need his help, getting a double kill of his own. Now the players are going to wolf pack all towards his E-hill. Look at the rotation. You see a player going up towards Optic Gaming spawn. Pels, he's going to tag explosive. He's going to call that out. He's going to call out that they're going to go on their side of the map to try to spread it out just a tad bit. But with that F-hill in sight, Simplicity, they're going to try to form a perimeter around the map. Optic Gaming, if they want to win around, they have to go for a triple cap. But that's going to be hard when Shock picks up the drop shot untouched.
And it looks like Shock is going to rotate it over here, where it looks like 2 members of Optic Gaming, through that X-ray vision that we can see, tried to rotate over to D, try to get a decap there. They do have the decap there on E, but the important hill is D here, and Shock knows that. They're going to turtle up. Here comes the gong. 187, first drop out. Misses everyone and everything. Solars is down and off, wiped off the map. Now Explosives will also be killed. It looks like Mental's going to try to make something happen. He bounced all the way up towards Shock to try to get a kill on him. Shock throws out another drop. He gets the kill. But the D hill was decapped for just a moment. But with E and D coming back in their favor, ladies and gentlemen, I believe it is safe to say Simplicity will take a 5-3 lead here in map number 2.
I mean, just the story of this team coming in from online play, 2K tournaments, just facing all types of adversity. They were losing left to right, and nobody really had them, giving Optic Gaming a challenge or even going this far in the top 8. They're proving everybody wrong. Up 5-3 against Optic Gaming. Still a long game ahead of them, being down 0-1 in maps. They're going to have to win 2 more rounds, and Optic Gaming, they're going to have to continue to fight from behind, but that's something that we've seen before.
Block comes out from Optic Gaming there in the mid-cut. They want to keep fighting this big team fight. They've got to find out what it is that has been going wrong, and if you take a look at your scoreboard, Optic Gaming with only 1 member in the double-double. 2 of them on the side of Simplicity in the double-double. They have all gotten double-digit downs, double-digit kills. They're trying to do it in each and every way possible that you can in the game of Gears of War, in escalation, helping your friends out, getting those downs, helping yourself out, getting those kills, padding those stats. We're going to go on board with Explosive, see if they can continue this chance at a comeback. He goes for a little bit of an L trigger there, misses, doesn't get the down, doesn't get the kill. You're going to see Solars take out Clouds, and you're going to see Explosive try to reset there on that T-table. He's going to bounce over. He sees the crashes down. Kyle's closing up for the revive. He bounces back over to that window, though, because they were there in time, so he couldn't push that 2v1. He couldn't get either of those free kills, basically. And now Praised, Explosive in a 2v2 situation with a little bit of lance fire over. Praised up A's into Crash. He's going to get that kill. He's going to get that down, excuse me.
All right, Optic Gaming looking good off of the initial so far. With Shock and Clouts left alive for Simplicity. Optic Gaming, all 5 players alive. Here we go. Sevens taking out Clouts in the 1v2. Shock trying to take out Sevens, but Sevens isn't having it with the body shield protecting him, using the pistol, able to get that down and the kill. Looking for his 3rd on Pels, but the drop shot coming from Mental, killing Cow. Pels falls to Summons. Summons is on absolute fire. He gets taken out by Pels in the trade, and Crash trying everything in his power to save the round for his team. They fall, and Optic Gaming 1 round away from tying it up.
5-4, Optic Gaming fights back for at least 1 round and gets into this. And I think what they've got to do is they've got to figure out what they did right in that round and continue to push forward. This is one of those situations where they have the momentum now. They've gotten it back from the hands of Simplicity, winning that round, showing that they can win it when it's just a big team fight for that drop shot. But looks like Simplicity will put down some kind of item in the cockpit, and they will have or force, again, a 1v1 on that side. Ooh, it looks like they switched over almost last second, but still 10 seconds to talk about it. Still 10 seconds to try to figure this out.
They know
they're going to settle in over that hammer burst.
Down there. It's a great support weapon mid-game, especially because we all see all types of flanks try to come in from back there. You put that marks in the hands of Kyle, explosives and whatnot. I mean, it could be good for either team, but Kyle, he definitely has a plan for it. Great support player for his team on top, 14 kills, 12 downs, but let's talk about Shock, 19 kills on fire since round number 1.
And he's been doing it for his team, both maps. I mean, he had the most kills far and away map 1. Map 2, they've really put the weight of the world on his shoulders. He's been able to come through for him. He hasn't denied it. They completely overloaded that side of the map. Simplicity did. They sent all 5 members there to try to ensure that drop shot pick. Crash got called out. Big lance of fire in on him. The incendiary grenades have not been picked up yet, so even though they sent 1 person that way, they did not pick anything, or excuse me, the hammer burst didn't get picked up.
Mental on the cover, able to take out Klaus with a nice shot from his Nasher. Praise falls to Kyle. This is pretty back and forth. It's pretty much a slaughter fest. You're gonna have explosive going down. Kyle getting headshotted by Solars, but Crash, full red, getting the revive. Shock impels the only players left alive for Simplicity, fighting themselves in a 2v3. Mental winning that fight, bettering the odds for Optic Gaming and picking up the drop shot.
Pell looks like he's trying to play a little game of hide and go seek here on the T-table. He's waiting for somebody to try to push at the wrong time. He could easily up A him, maybe shoot him over the cover and get a kill. But Optic Gaming's not falling for it. They're going to go ahead, get that F and that E hill in their control. They've got the drop shot as well, so let's just figure out where Simplicity is going to try to rotate on the map. They know that they've probably been getting out-rotated in this matchup, so let's just play their game. Let's just try to do it better than they did. A second drop shot comes out and misses, so Pell's taken off the map. Second one doesn't come through for Mental, though. He's going to rotate back over to this E hill and try to give some help here at that tail side of the map.
All right, with an A going out, Crash, he's gonna back up. He's gonna be the support player for his team with Shock up top, overlooking the E hill. They called out 1 player down there. Shock is gonna move up before Mental moves in. Shock realizes the mismatch, gets down. Oh, with the triple answer fire, he's gonna go nowhere. And Simon's going in for the kill, able to take out Shock before Crash was even able to get the revive, but the back A ends that streak, and Crash is gonna wait for his teammates to spawn and try that push again.
It's still a 4v3, and as these spawns continue to get longer and longer, it's just going to get harder to keep waiting for a full 5-on-5 team fight. And you know that as this round continues to tick forward, a drop shot will come back in that tail side. Explosive gets caught out. A couple of misrolls by him. He gets taken off the map by Pell. So now Pell, and I believe that is Kyle, and now the 3rd member there, Simplicity. They might want to push that F hill. They might want to try to get a break here because it is only a 50-point difference. You can still come back into this.
All right, chunked off 4 red Pels. Trying to regain his health, running away, but single player coming out, spawn brought the gaming. He runs past the player, and Mental turns around and chunks him. Mental going for this 2-piece, unable to do so. The domination was nice. Simplicity trying to win this next round, down in points. They're going for domination, but Shock and Ash on Summons are unable to get that F hill. So they're gonna have to regroup, try that again.
Yeah, they're gonna have to regroup, especially with that second hill going in favor of Optic Gaming. They're fighting for it. They got their own home hill back. I believe they're fighting members of Simplicity over at theirs. So look at Crash and Clouts over here. Crash with that secondary drop shot on his back. They're going to have to survey the area where Optic Gaming may or may not be. Smoke comes out from Kyle. Smokes them out so that if they come through there, they're going to have to come straight out of smoke. They won't be able to see their numbers, and they won't be able to see them. And I see that they're going to take this 2-to-1 hill advantage because I think
they lost the E hill immediately. Okay, they could come back if they had a double home hill advantage and held on to it, but now that Optic Gaming is reaching a 180-point mark, I believe Simplicity, they're going to be in trouble. They're going to have to go ahead and overcommit, but with a double kill, they're going to be able to do so. Recapping that E hill, they are now going to need to break that F just a little bit with pressure from Pels. Oh, all he had to do was step in the hill just for a little bit. You know you're going to die. He was trying to clutch it up, and he was unable to break the F hill. And with Optic Gaming breaking the 200-point mark, this is going to be pretty hard. The domination has to happen right here.
Shock is in there.
You have to go big.
Shock is in there. They get a break. This could be another one of those rounds where they don't cap it in time.
Oh,
they can't kill numbers off.
1v1. This is it.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The points are coming through. You don't have enough time to recap the hill.
No.
It's over. It's over. It's over, ladies and gentlemen. 6-4. Simplicity takes that round. It didn't matter. With that break and the 2 hills, counting those points up.
That was close,
By the time they got the hill recapped, they wouldn't have had enough time to get the cap and get the points back in their favor. So now, map point for Simplicity, trying to send it to a map number 3. What does Optic Gaming do here to try to level this out? What do they do to level the playing field? It looks like they're going to hover over those instants for a second, swap it over to frags, maybe over to boom. A lot of conversations going on here. Will Simplicity be the first team to take a map off of Optic Gaming here in Mexico City on the Gears Pro circuit?
This is going to be a good play. Praise goes in and puts the sniper rifle down, which he did. The long shot has been placed. they're going to be able to challenge Shock if they happen to lose that drop shot fight. Shock, whenever he has the drop shot in his hands, he goes pretty big as a power weapon player for his team. But Optic Gaming now has a chance to go ahead and counter that if they lose that initial. And also, mid-game, if you take that sniper rifle and move it around, whether it's Solars or Mental, he even prays if they pick it up, they're going to be able to make plays, and that's going to be a 1v1 fight.
And you see 4 members both on the side, 4 members all the way down to that tail. Kyle gets inside that E-hill. That's great positioning by him because if anybody comes through that smoke, he's got an easy L trigger at him. So he got the good, he won the position battle there. You see them fighting. Kyle goes ahead and pulls out his Lancer because Optic Gaming tried to wolf pack, so Kyle gets free shots with the Lancer, but they're still being annoying over there. Optic Gaming gets a revive, so they're still fighting. Mental trying to make something happen. They call him out, dose him down off the map. Crash picks up Mental, so you see a 3v4 situation. Simplicity's gonna have to play this smart because Clouds went down and now Explosive in the corner. He's gonna have to make something happen. He gets 2v1 in that corner, gets taken out. Now here comes Solars and Praise to try to clean up the mess that has been created down here in this tail fight with Summons shooting over the top. Shot coming off a respawn. Summons calls it out. Knows that he could have a 1v1 right there, especially with Solars picking up that drop shot now. You will see the round start to go into a bit of a lull as these teams try to get members off spawn because I don't think you're able to push this advantage just yet.
Pell skipping the chance to cap his own hill to go ahead and get a cap on his D hill. He's unaware of how many people are there, but now he's scouting around. He sees 2 players now. With Mental in his sights, he's just waiting for the right time to push explosives. Gets in the right place to go ahead and answer Pels. He runs up the stairs, so Pels, he's going to have to answer right. But in order for that to happen, Simplicity, they have to go ahead and go around the map and offer distraction because all focus is on Pels right now. Mental knows that he's coming.
Yeah, Mental's already called it out. He threw the smoke, so they know it. Here comes the drop shot. It misses. It was a little too far. Didn't get any kills, but it did get some damage. They're going to down Pell, and the second drop does connect, so Solars will get that first kill. And Shock, and I believe that his Clouds are going to have to roll back, throw a smoke. They're going to have to try to save their lives here. Drop shot in, misses Clouds, but Shock gets taken out by Mental as he continues to push. If they had another drop shot, I'd say now's the time to shoot it with everybody so close range, but I believe they have all been shot out. Maybe 1 is left. I've only seen 3, so I'm not exactly certain.
All right, Optic Gaming's going to back up from this push. They don't need triple cap domination. They were waiting for Summons to come up on the flank with his Lancer. Pels needs to go ahead and challenge that, but Crash right behind him with the Hammer Burst. The Hammer Burst is pretty hard calling, so with that call out being made, they're now utilizing their numbers to now go all around. But Summons able to get a kill in a 3v1, something that should definitely not happen. Praise, Lancering form on the side. He's going to run away. The job was done.
And Praise also gets taken out because he decides to come back, tries to get a little bit safer cover spot for himself. So I think that's the opening Simplicity needs. They're going to get a decap there on E-Hill. It is going to be 150 to 121 though by the time they get the cap. And you see Simplicity is going to try to make one more big push at this. They've got a couple kills. They're going to have a chance to get a respawn to drop shot when it comes back up. The sniper in the hands of Explosive, Mental there on that back table, and a possible 1v1 unless Kyle decides to put some shots over that top. Kyle runs right up on the back of Explosive. Instead of going for the 2v1 on Mental, he called out that Explosive didn't know he was coming. So Clouds gets the easy kill on Mental. That's 3 dead. They can push right here. All they got to do is decap the DL and can send them into a frenzy down there at the E and threaten to win this map. Drop shot comes out. That will spell the end of map number 2, and Simplicity will win map number 2. We will have a 1-to-1 map count now. Going into a map number 3, Optic Gaming will be challenged.
Really went super crazy. I mean, Belly and Colin, correct me if I'm wrong, they played a very good team map.
Yeah.
They won a lot of rounds on the mid round versus the last map where they actually ended up losing a lot of rounds to the mid round despite some initials. So to me, they played a very good all around map, and they had, honestly, it was pretty commanding in my eyes.
I'm going to have to say Crash definitely stood out the most to me. Whenever Crash had a Lancer or Marks out, Colin, you're getting shorter, man.
My chair broke.
How's it going down there, bud?
My chair, I think, broke.
Back
Let's see
up
if
to-
it'll
back
hold
up to
this
if you
fat
can, but,
body of mine, ladies and gentlemen. Embrace the dad bod, but it was a little too much for the chair at that moment.
Oh yeah, but Crash, he was a standout player. Whenever he had the the hammer burst and the lancer in his hands, he was able to command pushes and was able to break the Optic Gaming's defense on any hill that they went to. And to me, he was really the standout next to shot.
And what they did this time around versus the first map, they actually made good use out of the drop shot. So many times on Diner, they picked up drop shot and did not do a good job of utilizing it. They got a ton of drop kills. Again, they just played a fantastic map on Optic's map pick. Both teams winning each other's map pick.
Interestingly enough, and also we saw the drop shot lack of usage against the Rise Nation squad in the match before, finally able to capitalize, and that's one thing I think that fits Affinity's style of play, or style of coaching that is it dropping weapons and calling strats and being kind of the mastermind. Talk about the impact that Affinity makes as a coach to this team in that map especially.
Yeah, I mean, Affinity, again, they won a lot through the mid-round, right? So Affinity plays a lot of those sort of in-game leader roles for this team. He calls a lot of rotations. He calls a lot of, filling in the lanes, filling in certain gaps that the players might not think about. So for me, the fact that they won so many rounds through the mid-round, on top of the initials they won too, shows me that he was on point. They were all on point. They were shooting for each other. They were getting a ton of downs. And again, hats off to them for playing a fantastic map against our #1 seed in this tournament.
Of course, that makes things interesting, right? We all said, is Ghost Gaming the #2 team? Is Denial the #2 team? Well, the #1 team is now has their backs against the wall in a best-of-3 finals, or best-of-3 series, sorry, going into game #3. So you wonder how that shakes things up. Of course, way too early to draw any opinions by any means until Optic officially loses, as we all know how much they are clutch in that game 3.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's way too early to call out any of that fallout.
Yeah.
It's 1-1 map count. We all seen Optic Gaming in this situation plenty of times.
And they clutch up.
Yeah, they
especially in
clutch up.
Harbor. I mean, if I remember season 1, their win rate in Harbor was like 98%.
But that's
ridiculous.
That was one of United's better maps as well. That's a map that Crash definitely excels at, especially Kyle. So Optic Gaming being good at Harbor, this team historically being good at Harbor, it's going to be a great matchup for a tiebreaker game.
Colin, you called the action. You saw it yourself. What are you looking forward to most in this game #3?
I think I'm looking forward to all the teamwork. Again, they're going to have to play another perfect team game. Simplicity is you can't just let Optic Gaming keep getting back into it, keep getting rounds, having chances to get back into it, and they did a good job of shutting them down in that map #2.
Well, Simplicity did a great job at doing exactly that. A squad that maybe wasn't looking so great online coming into this tournament, but boy, have they showed up this weekend, undefeated so far. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Simplicity roster.
What makes this roster strong is really chemistry, because I teamed with Kyle and Crash from Echo Fox. We've gotten top 4, I think, twice. And you have Shock, you have Crash, you have Pell, who are also on E United together, and they have a lot of chemistry. And then I teamed with Shock last event. Like, we know each other. Our attitude is so bad in scrims sometimes because it's like we're so comfortable with each other, and in scrims, there's so much leeway to just argue, because in the battlefield, you don't have time to argue. You don't have time to look at your teammate and get mad at him. You have to just avoid that and make sure he's doing better and better and better. So that's why I believe on land we're going to be outstanding.
Well, you hear it there from Rodney Clouts, who is now, crazy to say, a veteran in the scene. He's been playing for 5-6 years now.
I remember Rodney's first ever event that I saw him at was the Haifa Station Local Battles event. He was, honestly, he looked like a small child at the venue. I don't even think his feet touched the floor of the big seats they use at the venue. And now he has grown into being, obviously, like I said, a veteran to our scene, a guy who's been in grand finals before, a guy who's been there, won some big matches, and here he is again with a 1-1 on Optic Gaming.
Mistake me if I'm wrong, though. Isn't he kind of a staple of the community? Isn't he the shout we hear at the end of our countdown? As the Gears Pro Circuit,
he's a fantastic personality for our community.
100%.
Very animated.
That brief moment where he retired or wasn't playing or didn't have a team to play with was honestly a sad moment for Gears Esports, because he's such a personality, such a character. Everyone saw that piece that they did on him, I think in season 1, where you saw him rap in. Of course, he likes to freestyle. He's just a great personality overall. But can Clouts be the X factor in the game as well? Of course, substituting for this roster right now for Zerpting. Of course, if they play well, if they place top 3, you got to think this is the roster moving forward. This match right here can secure them a top 3 finish. Already top 6, far beyond a lot of expectations some people had for Simplicity based on their online performance, but boy, have they showed up today. The question is, can they show up in game #3? It is Harbor, and it is Colin. and my friend Veli to take it away.
Yeah, we're going to come into the Harbor. This is one of the most team-oriented maps in the entire world, and you're going to see one member for each team go to that home hill 3v3 up at that stern and winch area. But look at Pell and Solars immediately coming to head-to-head fights there at the B, and we're going to fly over this map. Beautiful sight lines by Crash, getting to take care of summons there on the winch, and you see Shock getting called out and getting downed on that ramp side. So Shock will get cleaned up. So while even though the 2-to-1 hill advantage is in favor of Simplicity, Optic Gaming has the top side, so they got to work down from here. They're going to have to call somebody out and try to get a kill here on Clouds, but he's going to rotate out. He's going to play his life.
But you know what, Colin, that's all right. If you're going to win top side but lose the bottom side, you're going to have an overview of the entire map. You're going to be able to get in the winch area, the host area as Ryan calls it. You're going to be able to offer support fire all around to help out your teammates, but Clouds putting out support for himself. Only 3-4 players left alive for Simplicity. Optic Gaming all alive, but they're looking for a moment to Wolfpack to regain that map control.
So again, 5v5, we're going to have everybody off spawn yet again. Another big team fight. We're able to reset everything. We're able to make sure that it is going to be who is better at this team fight. And you see how these numbers are set up. Shock is going to rotate over to these tires. He's going to try not to get down. There's a cheeky little angle you can take through him. If you don't know, Shock can actually look through those tires and get a couple bullets to fly out through him. Maybe get him a little early damage in these fights before he runs up there. But the smokes come out. He's going to get stunned by the second one. He misses the first. Praise is going to back into that cubby. He's going to try to L-trigger there. Shock, he doesn't get too much damage. So Shock still being able to be the tip of the spear for Simplicity in this fight at the top stern.
All right, Shock put in some shots for the Shocker, but that's not going to be enough. And with a Lancer coming from the side, Summons able to down Pels. Kyle runs in to help out his teammate. Shock full red, unable to help at all. Optic Gaming able to clear up the kills. Mitchell and Praise, 1 kill apiece. And Shock is on an island all by himself. He gets taken out. Klaus, the last remaining member on Simplicity, is Optic Gaming. They're going to push in for the decap and the domination.
They're going to go for this domination, but Klaus is right there. He can probably rotate into that B-hill and try to break it. He's going to throw a smoke. He's going to bounce around. He lives long enough to actually get the decap, so that gives them a full 6 seconds to try to get back to their own home hill. Shock outside the home is fighting for his life, but he gets taken out. The break comes through. I believe that is Crash that gets a secondary down. He's full red and gets down, so here comes the triple cap. But again, Kyle off spawn rolls in. Doesn't get to it in time, though, in round number 1 will go in favor of Optic Gaming.
All right, let's take a look and see what Simplicity are going to put down for their power weapon choice. I wonder if they're going to put something down at the top host area. The stern might be a sniper rifle. We've seen torque bows.
I think they need to put down a secondary early. Okay, they're going to go to that B-hill, though. They're going to hover over that B-hill, and I think they're just going to place a smaller weapon there. It looks like the ensigns are going to be hovered over, back up to the stern. Oh, was my initial gut feeling right? Nope, there we go, back down to the B area. And these teams, you can tell they really talk it out. They're really working through things. They're trying, when they're trying to figure out what is going on and what they need to do in order to win these rounds, I think everybody knows that if you keep giving Optic Gaming chances, if you keep letting them take advantages, they're gonna make you pay for it, and Simplicity right now is gonna have to fight from the back seat. We're going to see on screen there Clouds, Kyle, Crash, Pell, and Shock on the opposite end. They're focused. They're ready. They're trying to make this thing happen. We're going to be on board with Mental when we come back, though. Shooting over the cover. Big headshot by Mental. And here he goes. He's going to fly, I think, at somebody. He's going to try to get another kill. I think he smells
He's
blood
going to catch
water.
Shock. Shock gets down by Mental shotgun. And some pistol fire from his teammate. And with Crash in his sights, Mental is not letting go of A. He's running straight forward, challenging the 1v1. Crash turns around, gets bodied. And Colin, this is going to be a really, really fast triple cap.
They're going to threaten this, and here comes one. Pell rolls into that cover, gets killed. So now it's Optic Gaming 2-0 in less than a few minutes time. Back on your screen, Clouds, Kyle, Crash, Shock, and Pell talking it out. They're going to have to talk with their coach, Affinity. What needs to happen here? Affinity, known for making some great late-game play calls when they were in Columbus. I can't see what weapon they placed yet. I believe it is a drop shot in the mid-cut. Veli, can you confirm that for me?
Sorry, can you repeat that by?
The drop shot was placed in the mid-map. Yes, it was. The drop shot was placed in mid-cut. But look at the scoreboard real quick. I want everybody at home to take a look at that, because you're not only fighting down 2-0, you're not only fighting the best team in the game, But you got some players that are starting to struggle. You can't struggle against a team like Optic Gaming. They'll continue to put you down.
With Simplicity, they start off map 2 in the lead, and they really held on to the lead as long as possible. You're going to have to keep that same mentality, that same mindset heading into tiebreaker map, because everything is on the line before you go down to the loser's bracket. If you win this, it's an instant top 4 placement. That's something that you want to have. And with Praise putting out shots on Klaus, he's going to go ahead and get down. 2 more players in front of him. It's going to be kind of a standstill until somebody makes a move. Crash gets down as well. Praise giving free kills to his teammates, explosives, and Shock is going to walk away with the drop shot.
Going to walk away with the drop, but he's going to have to use it to try to protect Pell. But Shock got killed off the map by Mental, and Mental, I think, now has the drop shot in his hands. So Cloud's last member alive is going to have to fight for his life with Crash coming off spawn here in a few seconds. Clouds doesn't realize that Mental's right behind him, L-triggering that shotgun. He's going to turn around, see Crash coming off spawn, misses that shot. Not very often you see that happen, but here comes another triple cap domination. And ladies and gentlemen, less than 5 minutes, we have a 3-0 lead for Optic Gaming.
And there you have it. Optic Gaming starting off extremely hot. Simplicity having just about no answer at all. Clouds and Pell, 0 kills so far in the game. You see somebody with 1 kill down there at the bottom. They're going to have to pick it up in regards to slaying, especially on that initial, because once you give up that stern and winch area, you're basically giving up all the map control up top. You're giving up all the power points in order to get that support out. And once Optic Gaming gets that, they control the pace, and they control everything else in the map.
So when you get down 3-0, Bell, and you've probably been there before, you've played a lot of professional Gears of War, what is the most common thing said? What do you say to try to pick your team back it up? Because this is a hard position to be in.
I mean, it's hard, especially when you go against the top team in the game, but you're going to have to take things round by round, one by one. Don't argue. No, be the voice of reason within your team and try to change something up. If something isn't working, that's why escalation is a beautiful game type, because you can always change the stature of the fight by putting weapons all around the map to help you and your teammates, but it's not helping out Simplicity at the moment. As 2 players go down, 3 players go down just about immediately. And with Shot going down, that's going to be a wipe.
That'd be 5. So the pep talk they might have had before that round doesn't seem like it worked as the triple cap comes through, and we will get to see 4-0. Ladies and gentlemen, we are getting into dangerous territory.
This is one-sided.
This is dangerous. I think you woke them up, ladies and gentlemen. You come here on Harbor, you're down 4-0, and you've got to make a weapon placement. And oh no, if I see it correctly, 2 members of Simplicity.
Still got donuts.
Yet to find a kill. I hear the doorbell, and at the door is bad news.
And with the hammer burst going down, I'm going to see what they're going to make use of that.
That's unbelievable that that's Pell.
Yeah, that's pretty. Because you always see Pell as pretty much the rocket, the ball fire on his team.
Shock with
running
only
out
one.
and getting kills everywhere.
I hate to say it. I think they might have blown their charge to try to get that map number 2. They might have shot it off.
They use all their energy.
Look, it takes a lot out of you to get a map off Optic Gaming, and then you come here in this map number 3. You know you got to win 7 rounds against them, and they go up 3-0 on you, 2-0 on you.
It's gonna be pretty hard.
They're dominating the sight lines. They're dominating the points of position. So they're going to have to figure something out here, and they're going to have to figure it out quick. Solars is just watching Pell to see, wait for any movement.
You don't give Optic time like this. You have numbers down low.
Summons
go ahead and act on it.
So now you don't have numbers. Summons won his fight because now it's 5v4, so you're going to have to push into Praise. No. Praise gets the first one on the up A. Pell's going to have to rotate back. He's full red. If he could get one, that would be a lot, but no, he cannot. Kyle up at the stern. He's going to pick off Summons, but with at least 3 members.
Stern area, and you have more players down low. Call out those numbers and act on it. What we see right now is Simplicity pretty much playing. They're playing scared. They're playing passive. They're letting Optic Gaming make the first move every single time, and that's not what you want. That standstill was uncomfortably long.
Oh, no, it got quiet out there. You could almost hear crickets on Harbor until Summons finally broke ice, and then everybody had to fly into action because you didn't have any choice. You now see Boltox get placed onto the map. I hope it changes somebody's fortunes because Clouds, Pell, they're still sitting at Dunkin' Donuts, baby. They're just eating it all you can eat buffet.
They can't end this with donuts.
There's no,
they can't end this with donuts.
That is, that's a career changer, ladies and gentlemen. That'll haunt you forever.
With the 1v1 over at the winch area, you're going to see a fight for the drop shot down low in the middle, and you're looking at a quick pick being attempted by Optic Gaming. Praise running in, trying to be a little distraction, while Koss is able to get the headshot on Summons in the 1v1, and the instant grenades will go to Koss. So Simplicity currently in the lead.
Mental tried to up A straight at Shock. He tried to head down there at him. He misses 2 shots, and that is not normal or indicative of Mental's normal gameplay. So Kyle's out, but with 3 dead off the initial 4, Optic Gaming, this looks like it could be the round that they get to take. But praised, ladies and gentlemen, the soldier with a double kill of his own, bodying them both, keeping control over the mid-map.
Praise is a bad man. 8 kills and only 1 death so far. He has more deaths than some people have kills, Colin, but moving around towards his A-Hill area. He's going to try to pinch Shock. Summons on the other end of that, trying to correlate their fights. You know the drop shot's there. It's going to come out of Shock's hands, able to get the kill on Praise. Shock utilizing that drop shot to his full advantage.
They're not going to be able to push this triple cap here, Bell, because look at that. 5 members of Simplicity all off spawn, all within about 20 feet of each other. If you pushed anybody, you're going to have to deal with somebody. So now Explosive is going to rotate all the way back toward this B-Hill. He's got to get back to where a sight line is worth it. Mental, though, being an absolute nuisance, finally gets taken out, pulls the members of Simplicity even further back into their spawn. They're taking forever to do anything, but Shock, perfect drop shot over the head of Explosive. He gets a kill and then gets a headshot with Solars. Shock doing it again. Here they go. They might have found some life. Somebody might have hit him with defibrillator. They might have got Shock back into action here by the man himself from South Kakalaka. Shock, baby.
And Praise finds himself in the middle of a 1v2, unable to get out of that. Domination was denied. Simplicity trying to look for their very first round so far this map, and it just might happen, Colin, in 3 more seconds. Explosives, unable to get in the hill, and that's going to be a Simplicity fighting back 1-5. Still a long way to go.
So we take a look here at Optic Gaming. Fist bumps all around. This is a completely different composure from map number 2. When they were down most of the map, they weren't fist bumping as much. They were kind of talking things over. Right here, they finally lose a round. They're up 5-1. We are going to the second half. Again, respawns all the way back down to their possible lowest here in the second half, and the home hills will flop from the top side, mid-map to the bottom side. And the story to me, ladies and gentlemen, as much as we hyped him up after map number 2, Clizzy Clouts, ladies and gentlemen, still with 0 kills. I hope it changes. I hope he finds some luck. He's going to look over this mid-cut area. He's going to try to get over that banner. He's going to throw his smoke out. That's a big-time smoke. Now he can push through. He can push straight at Summons because he's still stunned. He's going to go in.
Okay.
He gets bodied, though. He's down. Summons picks him up, so not to be yet. Crash sees Summons is down. Mental picks him up, though, as he shoots around the cover. Crash gets the kill on Explosive, but is still full red. Praised on the flank. Finally gets the kill.
That's going to be all 5 down. Cloud's coming out of spawn, looking at a very unlikely scenario in a 1v4 against Optic Gaming, trying to get that last hill. You see Kyle running in, trying to step into their Praise, makes light work of Kyle, Shock, and Klaus for the triple kill, and that's going to be an Optic Gaming going up 6 rounds to 1, 1 round away from advancing in the champ bracket.
And that's the last thing you ever want to see. Praise stood up immediately after that round ended, giving everybody dap, throwing his weight around at the very end there with a big-time triple kill to help solidify the end of that round and to go to map and match point. They are up 6-1. So they dropped the drop shot down there at the stern area, and they're looking to take control with a team fight, ladies and gentlemen. 11, 12, and 12. Explosive, Praised, and Vental lead the charge for the green wall. Optic Gaming has a chance to close it out here. I wonder if they'll be able to do it, though. They struggled with a team fight in the second map.
Let's see. Here we are, 1v1 up top. You're going to see Praise running in, Shock, pushing in towards Summons, unable to get the kill. He's going to back up. But you're going to see a player from Optic Gaming on his side through the smoke. No one knows that Praise is there running down this ramp. Kyle is finally going to be able to see him. Summons picks up the drop shot, puts it to good use instantly. There you have it, 1 player down for each team, and a drop shot taking out Shock as well.
It's going to get care of, it's going to take at least down Kyle. Praise will clean him up. They'll take care of that E-Hill now. So with 3 members alive for Simplicity against the 5 members of Optic Gaming, it's just not a good look right now. It's just not a good position to be in.
All right, Praise running in, getting Lancered out by Crash. Drop shots coming by Crash. It's been tagged. You see that dot around his head? Yeah, Shock right behind him, and they're going to try to move up this ramp to get towards the E-Hill, but they're going to be unable to because Optic Gaming's team fire is just way too good.
The team fire is keeping them from making any kind of push. It is truly a green wall right now. The team fire is making it almost impossible for anybody to get anywhere. Shock almost goes down. They're finally going to get up there. Mental's going to pick off Kyle, though. So you see they continue to try to make this push happen. Shock sees that both of his teammates get taken out. He's going to rotate over to Clouts. Clouts is also going to get taken out, so it's down to Shock and Pell to try to fend off what looks like the avalanche, as I have talked before, of Optic Gaming coming right at him. They'll clean him up. Kyle coming in off spawn. Mental's going to get Pell. Now it's up to Kyle. Can he go clutch? No, he can't. They're going to get shut down. Ladies and gentlemen, that will be it off of a stellar performance by Optic Gaming in the final 8 rounds of that map. They only dropped one. Optic Gaming secures a high place finish by wiping Simplicity away. 2-1, ladies and gentlemen.
You see the hype from Praised right there. Never make Praised angry, I think, is a lesson well learned. You probably know that better than anyone, Ryan.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, congratulations to Optic Gaming once again. We're used to seeing them here, but they make it to a winner's bracket final, secure themselves a top 3 finish, and continuing their dynasty as one of the best esports teams in history. Of course, this Optic squad has been a team to beat, haven't they?
They sure have. Honestly, it didn't seem like Simplicity had any answers for Optic no matter what they did on the map. They started off the map with a traditional fight, no weapons on the map. Then Mental goes crazy up top through the first 2 rounds. Okay, so we want to neutralize Mental. How do we change that fight around? They put a drop shot in the middle. Takes Mental sort of out of the fight in the same kind of way, right? Then Praise just gets to go on an absolute tear in the middle. Not only with the shotgun, but actually with his Lancer, Colin. You guys could see how impactful he was with the Lancer in that middle fight. We call it kind of the chains area near the drop shot. Simplicity honestly had no answer for anything they did across the map. There were 2 constants in that map for me. Every single initial was won by Optic, and